Plaintiff Mickey Kennedy says the defendant moved around the corner from her 2 years ago, and they became friends. Mickey claims the defendant's husband often helped her out around the house, but she's suing today because while the defendant was dog-sitting for Mickey, she had a party in Mickey's home and caused significant damage. Defendant Linda Franco says she became friends with Mickey despite being warned against it, and she suspects Mickey wanted to have sex with her husband, who is with Linda in court today. Linda claims Mickey called her husband constantly, and she's not entirely convinced that something didn't happen. Linda's countersuing for defamation.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I've known Linda socially a couple of years. I've known her about 5 or 6 years, but she moved in around the corner a couple of years ago. We got to know each other a little bit better. We had barbecues together, each other's houses, played horseshoes together. I joke about her husband being my rent-a-husband. You know, he's come over, look for work on my lawnmower.
Why you call him rent-a-husband?
He comes over, works on my lawnmower. He's, changed tires for me, just,
Do
little
you
things.
pay him?
No.
Well, then it's not rent-a-husband.
Well, amen.
It's get your husband to work for free for me.
He's just,
Go ahead.
But I've never had a problem. We've never had a problem till this incident.
Okay, before we get to the incident on the property damage, let me allow her to give some background on the friendship. Ma'am?
Hi, sir. For approximately 14 years, we've known each other, but about 2 years since I've moved back to my mom's home, I got to be friends with Mickey, and despite all the warnings that she would turn on me in the inn, try to sleep with my husband.
Who warned you that she would turn on
all of the
you,
friends,
man?
and I have, some...
What would they say she was
They would
going
say
to
that
do?
she would turn on me and ultimately try to sleep with my husband. And I think in the end, she's turned on me and has tried to sleep with my husband. And calling him a rent-a-husband in front of my family, my friends, my 10-year-old granddaughter. This is the quote unquote, that she says, "Oh, it is so funny," because she's a bartender. She said at work, they all think it's so funny that I call him my rent-a-husband and his wife doesn't get mad. Well, she was too stupid or ignorant to realize it does upset me. And she
wanted to sleep with your husband.
In my opinion, yes.
Where
She
did
would
you
call
get
my
that
husband
information
constantly,
from?
asking him to come over, fix the pool pump.
And how does asking your husband to come over and repair things at her home mean she wants to sleep with him?
Well, it got to the point where I told my husband, you do her one more favor, you can take your bags and stay there.
All right, so you just believed it.
I believed
she
it,
wanted to
absolutely.
sleep.
And I'm
You didn't
still
think
not
her-
in belief that something didn't happen.
What's your name?
Ivan Franco.
Why are you going over volunteering so much for this?
I didn't go volunteering. They had come to an agreement that, when she needs work done or something, she would, pay me when she can, because she couldn't afford it. She had, problems with pumps.
What percentage
and
of the
everything
time did she pay you?
She never has.
So why did you keep going?
I asked him to. I felt sorry. She was a single woman.
So you had him continue
pumps,
to go.
pull pumps and mower tires. I asked him to perform
You say
these.
pumps. She
Pull
wear
pumps.
pumps.
Pull pump.
Yeah, if she wears pumps, ma'am, she might want your husband.
No, to fix her pool
red
pump.
pumps or to fix her pool
Yes,
pump?
sir.
Oh, okay. I thought she had on red
I
pumps.
did ask him in the beginning. I did ask in the beginning as her friend to help her out. Then it got out of hand.
Sir,
with
do you
the
have any
rent-a-husband.
inappropriate affiliations with your...
No, sir. No, sir. Other than just go and do the work, and I try to get out of there as quick as possible.
All right, and so you're saying that one of the things you have a concern about is your friends told you she would stab you in the back, and you believe that meant go after your husband.
I was told she would eventually try to sleep with my husband.
Okay, that's what you were
And
told.
despite of that, I was still her friend.
All right, did she try?
As far as I know, no, sir.
You mean as far as you know?
What did she do?
She had,
What do you mean?
in other words, she had
Don't give that answer to any other brother.
No, she
Your
had
wife come back, if you come home at 5 in the morning and she asks you where you've been and you say, well, I've been in Maureen's house and in her bedroom, and then she says, well, did she try to sleep with you? Please don't tell her. And
I don't think so.
As far as I know. You know when a woman is trying to sleep
Yes,
with
sir,
you?
I do.
All right, so what are you saying as far as you know she didn't want to
Well,
sleep with you?
what
When
I
a woman
mean-
wants to sleep with you, she said, get in the bed. Take your clothes off. Oh, you sit back down, sir. All right. So, and that's what you've always suspected. All right, ma'am, tell me about the property you're suing her regarding.
September 25th. My son and his wife are having their first child next month. Went down for a baby shower. I left my house on a Friday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got home on Sunday about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I asked Linda if she would go by on Saturday just to make sure my dog had food and water. Left the back door open. And while I was gone, she started calling people, inviting them to my house for a pool party and a barbecue. She had 6 or 7 adults, 3 of her grandchildren over there. They used the pool, they used my barbecue, used all my dishes, used all my towels. I got home to beer cans all over my yard. My raft was popped. The kitchen sink, one side of it was full of clean dishes, the other side was full of dirty dishes. There was 7 towels in my bathroom between the floor, the countertop, the shower rod. I cleaned up the big yard, started a load of towels, started washing dishes, went to wipe off the countertop, and I noticed there's about a silver dollar-sized burn mark in my Formica between my kitchen sink.
When you approached her about this, what did she say?
She said, I was the only one in your house. I did it. Don't worry about it. Ivan can fix
That
it.
is a lie, Your Honor.
Did you ask her why she had a party? Had you given her permission?
Oh, no. No, we've had discussions before about no one being in my house when I'm there.
Were you upset?
Oh, yes.
What did you say?
Oh, yes. I went over to Linda, what happened in my kitchen? That's what she told me. She had a few people over. I said, what are you doing here, people in my house while I'm not home? You know you're not allowed to, I did not ask you to invade my house. I asked you to come by and feed my dog.
All right.
And she started going like this, putting her hand up like this. I said, I was
In
so
your
mad.
face, like, shut up.
I was so mad. I left. I left. A week later, she dropped off a bag on my front porch. I'm standing in my living room watching her. Because you can't see in my sliding glass doors. I got that mirror tin on there.
Drop what type of bag?
Bag with 3 of my towels, 2 oven mitts, a big Pyrex baking dish, a dinner plate, and a mixing bowl. She'd taken with her that night. And a note that said, your tables will be here shortly. I didn't know she had my tables until she wrote me that note.
So not only has she
That's a
damaged
lie.
property, in your opinion, she also had taken property.
I didn't know she had my tables, so she left me that note.
Let me see what you have that you want to give me as evidence of the cost or anything else. Ma'am, let me hear from you.
Well, on September 20th, I contacted Maureen, or Mickey as I refer to her, and I asked her to watch my sickly mother on September 21st, the morning when she woke up, to come down to my home. And she's been friendly with my mother for approximately 14 years. My mother, and Mickey have been barmaids in the area. And on September 21st at 11 a.m., I could not get her to answer her phone at home or her cell phone. So I called my mother, who was alone, just recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's, was alone. I said, Mom, what are you doing? She was in the living room trying to get to the restroom and very confused.
What does any of this have to do with you going to her house and having other people at her home where damage was caused, where items were missing? What does it have to do with it?
Your Honor. On that day when she failed to take care of my mother, there was never a confirmation that I would watch her dog that following weekend because I was upset. So I told her, yeah, we'll see. Well, on Friday, the 24th, she left for St. Petersburg, not verifying that I would watch
Then
her
what?
dog. And she left voicemail saying that she was going to leave.
All right,
She had
you
already
hadn't
left.
agreed to watch the dog. Then
So
what?
she left, and I love the dog. I've known the dog for 2 years. I'm a big animal lover.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful
So
thing.
I went over to take care of her dog. And with
Hold on.
that,
So you did go take care
I
of the
did,
dog?
yes, sir.
Even though you hadn't agreed to?
that's correct.
All
I did
right.
call her Friday when I got the voicemail. She said the door was unlocked, so I
Okay.
went ahead and did what I've done in the past.
take care of the dog.
Correct.
Good enough.
I had my granddaughter, my grandson. That would be only 2 children, my grandchildren. I had my 15-year-old son. I had my husband, myself, and 3 of our mutual friends that stopped by
8 people?
uninvited.
8 people had to
When
help
I've
feed the
taken
dog?
care of her dog, untrue that she says that she's told me in discussions that I'm not allowed to have anyone there. I have had time in the pool
Ma'am,
when I'm
you
there.
were only to go there to feed the dog.
No, sir.
What were you there for? That's all
in
you've
the
been
pool.
telling me.
I went in the pool, and that was
No,
discussed
but that's
that it
not
was
what
okay.
you told me you were to go there for.
That was my main goal, to feed the dog. And I went in the pool. It was hot that morning.
Okay.
And I had my
What
granddaughter
about
and
the
my
other 8
grandson
people?
that spent the night
What
with my
about the
son.
other 8 people? What did they do?
They were outside by the pool, Your Honor.
Okay, so you all had a nice little party.
It was a get-together, wasn't a party.
Had a get together.
Well, it's
Good
my
enough.
family. I have a huge
Now,
family.
you say she had folks over. She agrees. You say she caused damage.
I
Did you?
disagree. I cooked on my grill. The raft was not busted. It was busted in the pool in front of my granddaughter and my grandson. She failed to tell you that the raft is from the beginning of the summer.
Whatever it's from.
It popped. I had nothing in my
It
hands.
wouldn't have if they weren't there, right?
I was on it.
Right, it wouldn't have if you weren't on it, right?
But I'm allowed to be in her pool.
And damage her things?
No, sir. It's
Right.
a raft
If
that
you
blows
damage
up.
someone's things, who should pay?
I should buy her a raft.
Good enough. $11.75
Excuse me, Your Honor,
for
I
the
did not
property
burn her
damage. What's the
countertop.
defamation? I believe you did. I believe you're responsible because you went in there.
Your Honor, I
you
have
had
a
8
I have a
other
witness
people.
statement from
What is
some-
that?
I witnessed statement from someone that she.
If I
A
could
witness
play the
statement says
video,
you did it.
the
You had
audio,
8 other people there.
this was my family that
I
was
got
with
you.
me.
I don't care who it was.
Can I let you listen to the recording?
What is that you want to play for me?
Okay.
Now you're not answering your door. I want my dishes and my towels. Dirty or not, I don't care. I have your bathing suit that was hanging in my bathroom. You disrespected me and my house. You destroyed my countertop. I'm not happy at all. I didn't expect that
Thank
from
you.
friends.
No,
I did
it
not give you
continues.
permission to have every drunk wiki-waki at my house. Trashing my house. You destroyed my countertop. Somebody will pay for that. I'm getting an estimate. I will sue you.
It goes on.
Bye.
It goes on into another
No,
recording.
this is Mickey. I have no intention of bad-mouthing you or embarrassing you in any
What's all
way.
that?
Well,
What
the
are you
defamation
doing?
of character, she went all over town talking about things I did not do,
I
Your
didn't
Honor.
hear that. I
Well,
didn't hear her talk to anybody.
She did.
I didn't hear her
And
say she told
I
anybody.
take care of people
what
and
are you
animals.
playing that for? You played that to convict yourself. All that did is talk about what you did. You have evidence that she talked to people
I have
all around
statements.
town?
I have statements. sir.
All right. And what did they say she told
Well,
you?
that she was saying that I had a wild party.
I believe you did.
I had
so
my
it's not
I have a
defamation.
10-year-old
It's called
granddaughter and
truth.
my
Your
6-year-old
claim is
grandson.
dismissed. I believe you did have people over there. I believe you damaged all her property. That is not defamation.
I didn't
That's
do it.
truth.
I did
Judgment
not do
for
it.
the plaintiff, $11.75. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted my kitchen fixed. She knows she did it. She wouldn't put anybody in my house. She knows that too.
I did not burn her countertop. I was outside on the grill, my grill, not hers. I had a 10-year-old granddaughter, a 6-year-old grandson, and my 15-year-old son, my husband, and 3 friends that stopped by, did not stay. And this is all a lie, and she's glad it's over with. I'm sure she is. She burned her own countertop coming home drunk Sunday and wanted to put it on me.